is such a joy today, and the whole atmosphere seems to be bubbling with it. As if the angels are singing. And the speciality of Hanumana was that he was an angel. Angels are born like angels. They are angels. And they are not human beings. They are born with the angelic qualities. But now you all have become angels from the human beings. It's a very great achievement of such. The qualities that are born with the angels are seen from their very childhood. Firstly, they are not afraid of untruth, falsehood. They are not worried as to what people will say to them, on what they will lose in life. To them, truth is their life. They breathe truth. And nothing else matters with them. This is the first great quality of an angel. They will go to any extent to establish truth, to protect the people who are in truth. It's such a wide range of these angels all over. So in the left side we have Ganas, on the right side we have angels, and translated in Sanskrit language or in any Indian language as Devdut, means they are the ambassadors of gods. So now you are the same. You are all angels now. Only thing, you are not aware that you are angels while they were aware from their childhood. If you know that you are angels, all your qualities will start shining through. And you'll be amazed that the quality of standing by the truth at any cost is so easily managed for you, because you have been given the right. You have been given the special blessings, the special protection from the divine, that if you stand for the right, and if you stand for the righteous, and if you stand for the truth, all kinds of help to protect you will be given. Angels are aware of this. They are sure of it. They are certain. There's a certainty about it. But you are not. Still, sometimes think maybe, may not be. Same style. Goes on. But believe me, you are angels. You have all the powers, and what rights you have. Human beings cannot get over you. That's the speciality of angels, not of saints. Saint could be maneuvered. They could be tortured. They could be troubled. Incarnations may do the same. Incarnations accept it. They want to have all these penances done to them so that they create an event in their life to express themselves in a more dynamic way. If there was no Ravana, there would have been no Ramayana. If there was no Kansa, there would have been no Krishna. So, the incarnations take upon themselves the problems and also the fight with the evil. So it looks sometimes that we feel that they suffer, but they don't. But the angels are a special category. They don't take up any problems upon themselves, they just solve them. If there's a problem, it's the angels who solve for the saints as well as for the incarnations. And they have to be told sometimes that don't jump in just now. We are working out on the stage now. You will jump when we'll ask you. They are ready, standing at the door, just to jump in. So anxious. And they are fixed quantities. You can rely on them completely. For example, Shri Hanumana, as you know him as an angel, has great capacities, great powers, and it is his right to use them. And he is very aware of it. He does everything very amusingly, uses his powers very amusingly. Like he burnt the whole of Lanka, and he was laughing at it. Then he extended his tail and put it round the necks of many Rakshasas, and he was just playing with them and then flew in the air and they all were dangling in the air. So it's a playfulness of the angels also. Because they're so confident. They're absolutely aware, absolutely identified with their personality, with their powers, with themselves. Here the Sahajogis sometimes don't understand that I have made you into angels. I have not made you into saints, but angels. And you are always protected. I can only make angels, I can't make saints. Saints are made by their own effort. The effortlessness doing is like Ganesha, like Kartikeya, like Hanumana. The same way you are all made with the same style. So try to understand that what I say about you is the truth. Kinds of conditionings work even through you people, though you are saints. And you don't know how to spread your wings. Still, sometimes I feel that the rebirth has taken place and they have all become like angels with wings. But as little birds, they still have to learn how to fly. But you must gain your confidence by your experiences which you have in Sahaja. As you were singing yesterday, miracles every day, miracles around you. These are done by the angels, and they try to convince you that you are one of us. Just join our company. So we have so many angels now sitting here. And why should not we think of transforming this world? And there's one more thing that you have other than the angels, because angels do not raise the Kundalini. They cannot. They are not bothered about it. They are there to kill, to burn, to suppress, to remove all the evil people around you. But they cannot transform. Angels cannot transform. So you have a greater right than they have in the realm of God, that you can raise the Kundalini of people and you can give realization. But human conditionings are still sticking on. For example, I wore a ring the other day, and then my daughter started teasing me that, now, you must only show this finger all the time to people so that they see your ring. So, in the mundane human life, whatever we have, possessions, maybe powers, you see. For example, somebody is a man with some position, immediately you can make it out with his nose and lips the way they are turned upward. But the powers that you have in your possession, you are afraid to manifest them and to talk about it, to use them. Imagine with so many angels, the whole of England should get realization in no time. But we are still trying to learn what we are. Hanuman had no problem, because from his childhood he knew that he was an angel and he has to do the job of an angel. But because we were born as human beings and now we have become angels, we find it difficult to be dynamic like other angels that they were. Even your thought, collective thought, even your individual thought is powerful. And your attention is powerful. Because of this fear, or maybe the conditionings as you can call it, or maybe the ego part which is still sticking on to you, you still hang around false things. And that force, that dynamism is not expressed. We can blame anything, like we can blame lethargy to some country, ego to some country, but now you have lost your countries completely. Now you have entered into the kingdom of God. You are in a country which has no bounds, which has no limitations. And then all these conditionings that are still lingering in you shouldn't bother you at all and shouldn't upset you or deter you from doing whatever is your job. Now imagine Hanuman as Gabriel had to go and tell Maria that there's a child which is the incarnation. The Savior is going to be born to you. She was a young virgin. To break such a news, which was horrible compared to the conditionings of those days, he did it. I have to do it, so I'll do it. If that's the order, I'll do it. Because he knew that the carrying out of the order is his nature, is built within him. And he's not going to doubt it. He's not going to wait, but just told and he does it. So a great understanding has to be within us, that we are growing within ourselves. But if we do not manifest, if we do not show our qualities, and if we do not express it in our life, in our doing, in our object, in the meaning of our life, then Sahaja Yoga is not going to spread, nor is it going to help you much. The kind of work you have to do has no problems with it. I have problems, not you. You don't have to face problems. You go and talk to anyone, whatever you feel like. They will jolly well have to listen to you, I should say. But if they don't, they can't harm you. They can't do any harm to you. This is a very great protection you have. They cannot hinder your work. Coming to Sahaja Yoga is not what we have gained, what we have got. See, there are people who say, we've done so much for Sahaja Yoga. And what Sahaja Yoga has given us? It has given you self-realization. It has given you the angel status. I mean, you try anything else, can you get the status of an angel? You cannot. Sahaja Yoga has given you that status. So, what more do you want? It was never possible before. Believe me, impossible situation. If it was possible in any way, then Gyaneshwara would not have taken his samadhi at such a young age. And Kabira would not have said, oh God, what am I to do? This world is blind. So you have that subtle power within you that you can work out on people's kundalini without even they knowing about it. But in meditation, when you sit down, you must admit to yourself, I am an angel. And as being an angel, I have no attachments with anything else but with God's work. Attachments are so many still in Sahaja Yoga, I have seen it. People have like attachments to now, because they are married, so they are attached to wives. And so many have fallen out because of their wives' attachments. Then they have attachments to their children. And so many will fall out if they have attachments to their children. As I told you yesterday, that all the children of the world who are Sahaja Yogis are your children. You are the parents of all the children. It's not that if your child is sleeping, you cover that child. No, you cover all the children. You have to look after all the children which are lying down. Can you think of Hanumana if he was here and when the children were sleeping, it would just cover the body of one child? Because he is a universal being. So every child has to be loved the same way, cared for by you. Then there are other attachments like possessions, positions, jobs. I have none, so I don't know what other I have. Except for when I see you so much lovingly coming to the station, then the whole heart becomes like an ocean, I think, and just starts like a big swell of a tide like that. I see that. And then when I have to leave you again, it recedes back like a sea, which is now receding. It's something like you see the moon and the sea starts reacting to the beauty of the moon the joy of the moon, the love of the moon. Then I see the love that is, you see, in a nest where a bird is feeding its young ones. Then you see this love in the sky. Then you see this love in your heart. And only thing that you can describe is the feeling of tremendous ocean of joy within you, just flowing out. The attachments do not give you capacity to enjoy that ocean. If you are standing on the shore, how will you enjoy the ocean? You have to jump into it. But you have got your anchorage onto different things, so you can't jump in. And you are so safe. You know how to swim. You know how to kill a shark. Even one sight of yours is sufficient. But because you are not aware, it is not acting. Absolutely, this is the case. I have seen people who get small positions in life and they start boasting about it. I met this and this man, I met that and that man, and this happened and that happened. So you feel like laughing at the person, But you have met Sahaja Yoga, by which you have grown, you have been nourished, you have become so great. With all this, we have to follow the line of Hanuman. He thought the sun is very egoistical. Trying to burn people, sometimes it gives too much heat. And the sun worshippers also are egoistical. They have so much ego in them. Any word, if you say wrong in their language or in their custom, say you hold the fork in a wrong hand, finished. You are the worst person in the whole world, committed the greatest sin. All such small, stupid ideas come out of a very depraved ego. Ego is so depraved. When you start thinking no end of yourself, that I am everything, and I know everything, and this custom is the best, or that carpet is the best, I don't like. Well, who are you? Who asked you to like it or not to like it? I don't like this, I don't like that. On the other side, the egoist always becomes slaves also. I must say that after going through the countries which are following certain norms, which are dictations of the ego, like an artist now, for example. An artist produces something for his joy, but he must be criticized by everyone. The criticism should be, I don't like this, this color is no good, that is not. And you have professionals who do this. They don't know how to even draw one pencil line properly. Leave alone painting anything. But immediately they say, I think this is, you see, this. They have made books out of it. Theses and theories. Art has something to do with your heart and not with your brain. That's how you have killed so many artists. And everybody who is painting has to think what people will say about this. But as a result of that, something absolutely absurd grows without any subtle expression is today appreciated. This is because of our ego, which has suppressed every proper, spontaneous, living growth of our thought, of our art, and of our life. I think it's worse than all the contamination we talk about or ecological problems. It's the human mind which has produced these suffocating areas where nobody can express anything. And the one who has a greater ego dominates. This book has been written by such and such person. You meet that person, you feel like jumping in the sea. So everything written is not a Bible, and those mostly who write are people whom you should never meet without a barge pole. So anything that is expressed, you see, say in a dress or in relationship with your children, in relationship with your teacher, relationship with anyone, has to be so and so and so. You must say thank you many a times. You must say sorry many a times. So we are so much curbed into artificial expressions that I think after some time there will be no art produced. There is no exuberance. They cannot, they are afraid. I don't know if you have noticed this or not. But those who go to see any museum or go to see any exhibition, anything, think all of them to be great, some divine personalities, that they can judge everyone. Through the agya that we judge, that is what Hanumana wanted to eat once for all. There's the movement of the agya which goes right and left, you see, which makes us express our so-called nonsensical personality of an ego, is the one that he tried to control and eat it off. As I eat bhoots, perhaps he was eating this sun. But for an angel, it is important to know that there is no ego within you. There are some Sahaja-yogis who say, Mother, I didn't want to do too much of Sahaja Yoga work because my ego will come up. Many. I don't want my ego to express it. But why do you want your ego to be destroyed? For what? For Sahaja Yoga work, isn't it? What a vicious circle it is. That we say that we want to keep ourselves in the background because our ego should not develop. You are just thinking about yourself. What about Sahaja Yoga? So nowadays the trend is, better be on the safe side. Because they have seen some people who were very egoistical, who were very dashing about Sahaja Yoga, who tried to show off, had to fall. So another trend has started, I feel, in Sahaja Yoga, that better be on the safe, you see. Between these two, Sahaja Yoga will be lost. So if you know you are angels, you will have no ego. Anybody who knows that is his nature to do something, like Today my husband was praising me, saying that it is you who has done it. I said, not me, it's not me. He said, how do you say it is not you? Because I said it is innately built in them, a seed. If it is planted in the Mother Earth, then it sprouts. In the same way, they have innately built within them, their kundalini is sprouts. So how is it I have done? But he said, but the Mother Earth has done it. I said, no. It's the quality in Mother Earth which is built in has done it. So he said, then who has done all this? So I said it's done by Adi Shakti, agreed. But Sahaja Yoga is not done by Adi Shakti. She has created these powers in everyone which works out. But Sahaja Yoga is not. Sahaja Yoga works through the innate qualities that are in the Mother Earth and that are in the seed. So I'm here not as Adi Shakti. I'm here as their mother, as their Holy Mother. And as Holy Mother, I have guided them. You can say I'm like the Mother Earth who sprouts the seeds. So then, another detachment can come into you, that these are your powers within you which have been just enlightened by your innate nature of Kundalini. And that you are empowered yourself. And all this power that is within you is only told by me that it is within you. You see for yourself, only like a mirror, I am telling you, you are this. See for yourself. So how can I take any credit for it? So you can even have detachment to understand that the powers that we have is for Sahaja Yoga, as Mother has powers to work for Sahaja Yoga. We too have powers to work for Sahaja Yoga, and as she works, we also have to work. But there is attachment like this. Mother is doing everything, what can we do? No, you have to do it. This is a very important detachment which I am trying to say. That you have to do this yourself. It's not that Mother will do. After all, Mother is doing everything. It's correct, that is correct in a way. But you are the instrument. Electricity is doing everything here, but this instrument has to work. So the source may be there, but the instrument is the one which delivers the goods. And like Hanuman, you are the instrument. And you have to work. You have to do the job. It's in a very dynamic we should achieve. Another great quality of Hanuman was that he was very alert and that he was beyond time. When you eat off the sun, where is the time? He was beyond time. Because of that, everything he did very fast. For example, now we are preparing, say, a book of Sahaja Yoga. For the last 16 years is going on. It's the working out, Mother, working out. Then we are trying to, say, make some arrangements about having the recording of the sick people and being cured with Sahaja Yoga. That's happening. Very good, happening. Then we are going to go to Russia to spread Sahaja Yoga. Working. All the devils have reached there, but the angels are still working it out. Very patient angels. So, one of the qualities of Shri Hanumana was that he was a fast person. He would do the work before anybody could do it. He was outbeat. It's all right to fight in Trafalgar and win and defeat Napoleon. But in the field of dharma and the field of Sahaja Yoga, I find people don't understand the importance of time. We are delayed master and dilatory habits we have. All right, I'll telephone, I'll find out, it will happen. This is one of the greatest defects we have, which we have to learn from Hanumana, that Rama wanted to send word. So he sent his ring with Hanumana. Rama could not do that fast. So Hanumana went and did it. Then Rama wanted to have this Sanjeevani, this kind of a herb. So he sent him to get from particular mountain. He said, now why to waste time finding it out, better take the whole thing. So he carried the whole mountain there. Better do it quickly, immediately. This is the time to do it. But next year we'll see, mother, after Ganpati Pule we can consider. We'll have discussions and then we'll have arguments and this and that. This is one thing about his character one has to know. That today when we are worshipping Hanumana, we should have that quick-wittedness within us. This is to be done now. We cannot postpone it anymore. Already we are very much delayed. I saw the girls who were wearing frocks, small little things, have grown into big girls now, about to be married. So I think all my life I will be marrying only Sahaja Yogis. To see the results, you have to become quick people. Not to linger and be satisfied with other things. But positive things, what are we doing? For example, it's nice, children have grown up, they had such a nice drama, play, all that I enjoyed very much. It was very good for everybody's enjoyment. But job is there, we have to do the job. So attention should be on the job. And that's what are we doing about it? I was happy that a suggestion has come from America about making a video film and things like that. And then there are obstructions. How are we going to get money? What is going to happen? You just start it, you will get it. You have powers. Everything will be synchronized properly. You just start doing it. But if you behave like human beings, first think, then plan it out, and then cancel it. It's not going to work out. Though Hanumana is running on the Pingala Nadi all the time, what he does is to spoil our plans. Because instead of him, we run on the Pingala. He says, all right, you running it, I'll put you right. So he sidetracks all our plans all the time. That's how all our planning fails. We are particular about timing, about things of no importance. But we are not particular about timings of our progress in Sahaja Yoga. We must have targets, we must have fixed times. All right, by this time we have to achieve. But do it little faster is better. All other things can be managed, but this is your job. Nobody is going to do it. Nobody is going to do it. It's your job. I mean, you are not going to run the train. You are not going to run aeroplanes. And you don't have to run any administration and the stupid politics. But you have to do Sahaja Yoga. You have to spread it. You have to bring it to a level where people can see it. Now, 18 years have passed. This is the 19th year. So today's first day of Hanuman's Puja. I must say, you have to venture. You have to venture without any fear, collectively and individually, forgetting as to what will happen. I mean, you won't go to jails. You will not be crucified. Be sure on that. I mean, if you lose your job, you can get another. And if you don't get a job, you can get a dole, all right. So, you don't have to worry about all useless things which human beings sit down and worry. But despite that, they achieve work. They do their jobs. And how much they are wedded to it, I am surprised. I have seen it in my family. How much they are wedded. They have to do this work, they have to get up in the morning, do this, do that. But you are not aware that you are angels and this is your work. You have to do this and nothing else is important. I hope by today's puja, that enthusiasm, that venturesome nature will vibrate your pingala. And without feeling any ego about it, in the most humble manner, as Hanumana was, you will do the jobs. Hanuman, I imagine, he was given a beautiful necklace of gold with big balls for him to wear by Sita. And he opened all of them one by one. He said, there is no Rama in this, what will I do with this gold? So she said, where is Rama? He opened his heart and showed it. See, Rama is here. If Rama is there, you cannot have ego. So much of dynamism and so much of humility. What a combination it was. And that's what you have to just manifest. The more you'll work, the more you'll assert yourself, you will find that humility is the only thing that helps. Obedience is the only thing that helps to carry out your work, and you'll become humbler and humbler. But if you think, oh, I am doing this, then finished. But if you know that is done by the divine, the Param Chaitanya is doing everything, I am just an instrument. The humility will be there and you will be an effective instrument. I hope in this country today it was very necessary and it was so timely. It's all organized by angels that we should have this puja here. But it's good for all of you. You have to really go and see media people, go and see these ministers, go and see, you say, Prince of Wales, go and see another person, meet them, make committees, see what you can do. Put your mind to it, what are we to do? But here only, my mother is sick, my child is sick, my this thing is sick, my friend is sick, still going on with it. If you start doing God's work, your worries are taken over. You don't have to worry about anything. Just taken over. But it's not self-propagation, it's not. It's the propagation of the collective. I hope today you have understood the subtle side of your being, which is there, which is exhibiting, which I can see clearly, and that you will, all of you, will in your meditation, become aware of what you have within yourself. That's the greatest thing that will please the Divine, and Divine will look after you fully. With the same confidence as the angels, like Hanumana, you have to go further and work it out. May God bless you. Point I have to say about the ego part is this, which is really the problem in the West, why people have so much ego than Indian people have. One of the things is that the right side is, as I have told you many times, like an accelerator. The left side is like the brake. So if the Muladhara is not in control, if the brake is not all right, naturally the accelerator cannot be controlled. So basically our Muladhara should be brought down and must be put right. You should work very hard to do that. If your brake is established, then whatever work you do for Sahaja Yoga, you will not get into ego practices. And ego cannot anymore control you. So that is very important, especially in the West where it's being really dangerously destroyed, the idea of auspiciousness and of holiness. So that is the power of any angel, and that has to be fully established within us. And then on that power will work out, which gives you discretion, which gives you egolessness. I hope today both these things will work out within us in such a manner that we really become absolutely self-confident, realized souls whom I call as angels of modern times.